Hey guys, my name is Malcolm. Welcome to my channel. Um, this is my first video. It's a question and answer video. I had a lot of guys and a lot of you friends ask, hey, why don't you have a YouTube channel? You'd be amazing as a YouTuber. And I don't necessarily think so, but we're going to give it a try. And so you guys gave me a bunch of questions, and I'm going to take the time to answer these right now. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So Parker wants to know, between the three, who would I marry, fuck, or kill? Aikian, Parker, or Renee? To be completely honest, I would probably marry Renee, and that's because once you get married, you never have sex. So that's win-win for me. We can go shopping and like cuddle and cook, but we don't have to actually have intercourse. It's fantastic. I would probably fuck Parker, just because you're a bit older than Aikian, and Aikian, I'm sorry to have to kill you, but not because you're a bad person. It's just you're Canadian. No one cares about Canadians apparently. Lewis wants to know, what is the speed of dark? My answer to Lewis is, how many cops are following me? Then I can answer that. Alexander wants to know why. Why not? Okay, so Cheryl actually has 3 questions, and they're all really good questions. Her first question is, when did I first realize that I wanted to work with kids as a career? Well, I guess my first thought would be whenever I was working at a Cub Scout camp as a summer job. That was the first time when I really got the feel that I should probably work with kids. Her next question is, how old was I and what made me realize that? I was somewhere around 20 or 21. It was like 2 years, 2 summers of realizations. And one thing that really made me realize was we had a kid with Down syndrome that came to camp for a session, and he really wanted to shoot a bullseye on the archery range. He wasn't able to do it during the time allotted. They had an hour at each section per day, and he didn't really get it during that hour because we had a bunch of other kids going with him. So we figured out we needed a little bit of extra help. So I offered to stay behind with him and his mom. And so we worked at it for about another hour, and when he finally got it, his face just lit up. It was the brightest thing. His eyes were just glowing, and he was just the happiest little kid. And I was like, at that moment is when I realized that this is what I want to do. I want to light that spark in a child's eye. I want to be there whenever they realize, hey, I can do this. I'm more than just a kid. I want to, be able to inspire them and push them to be the best person that they can be, to be better than what their parents were, to be better than what society tells them they can be. I just want to push them to be better, make better happen. That's what I want to do, and that's when I realized all of that. Her next question is, was there ever a time when you thought you might strive for a different career? And if so, what was it? Well, I would have to say that as a little boy, I think this is something that a lot of us can, sort of agree on a bit, is that I wanted to be a firefighter. I think every little boy wants to be a firefighter at some point in time, or a cop, or a cowboy. No one wants to be Indian. Just don't be Indian. By the time I was 14 or so, I felt a really strong call to the priesthood. So I considered that for about 5 years or so. And actually, when I started working at the camp, my end goal was still to be a priest. And by the time I, met the kid that I mentioned in the last question, yeah, that was when I realized that I wanted to work with kids in education. And so, I don't know, I guess my big thing is that I've always wanted to help people. That's all I've really wanted to do, is just help people. Place myself in a situation where I can, make something better for someone else, to give someone the same opportunities that I had growing up and even more, So, yeah. Those are good questions. Thanks. So Parker wants to know when he can come over for dinner. Well, honestly, you can come over whenever you want, as long as you like steak, because I don't know how to cook much else. I'm kidding. I'm a pretty boss-ass cook. So just come on over. You're all invited. So Lewis wants to know, why is it that when things are delivered by car, it's a shipment, but when something is delivered by a ship, it's cargo? Well, it's for the same reason that we drive in a parkway and park in a driveway. Because the English language is fucked. That's why. Alex wants to know, if you had to put your dick in a cup of mustard, tobacco sauce, or boiling water, which would you pick? I'm going to assume that you meant Tabasco sauce, because tobacco sauce I've never even heard of, to be completely honest. So I'm going to assume you meant Tabasco sauce and go along with that understanding. So with that said, I would still have to choose mustard. And it's for a couple of reasons. One, Tabasco sauce burns. Boiling water leaves permanent damage. I don't need permanent damage. So, I mean, mustard has to be it. The consistency might be a bit better than, water or, Tabasco sauce, and it's like a really huge hot dog. Who doesn't love hot dogs? I think this is the last question. Eric wants to know, what are your plans for the future career-wise? Do you currently plan to further your career, or are you going to stick with counseling? Well, I do plan to go into a new career of clinical social work. It's what I'm currently in graduate school for, to be completely honest. I eventually plan to be a court advocate for kids, in the justice system. It's sort of along the same lines of what I do now. It's just on a slightly bigger scale. Yeah, so I see it's just a continuation. It's a logical continuation in my mind, so that's what I'm going to end up doing. That was the last question. I wanted to say thank you to you guys for actually watching. This was not the best video, I can promise you that. Yeah, I keep saying This is why I failed public speaking. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe below. You can also find my other videos whenever they actually start showing up. If you want, you can follow me, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Kik, all those other things. You can find all of those below as well. I'll leave links for you. Once again, thanks for watching. I love you guys, and bye!